What is going on YouTube? So I promised to at least do some video today. It's not completed hardware, but what came up was thermal problems. Well, not problems, but I didn't really think about heat sinking, and so I decided that what I should do is just hook one of the solid state relays up, because I have extras, and I have two of these extra outlets. Hook one up, actually run my soldering iron and reflow station through it for 10-15 minutes, and then see if it heats up. From the reviews I've read of this exact model, there's some people that claim they ran really crazy loads through it and it didn't even get warm to the touch, and then there were some people that claimed that it overheated and burned out. But with most reviews, the good ones are probably a little more accurate than the idiots that used it incorrectly but are blaming the manufacturer. I decided it'd be better to test it anyways, and I'm still going to use a heatsink no matter what. I just want to know if I need an active heatsink or if like some kind of passive, just a passive heatsink using convection would be sufficient. So that's what this test is. But anyways, that is the wire that you've seen before that went to the two LEDs to represent the solid state relays, but today I actually have it hooked up to this solid state relay. And I have the hot side, which is the side you're technically supposed to switch for mains wiring, going through the relay, and the ground and the neutral wires just go straight into the outlet. So this wiring, I just have two heavy things, a battery and a box of deck screws, something heavy just to make sure this doesn't go flying off of my workbench, because this is live right now. This is actually connected to the wall, so I don't want this thing flying around, so I'm just weighting the cable down, and it's actually plugged in. Plugged into the actual outlet is my soldering iron, so it's actually now technically controlled by my workbench controller. So what I'm going to do, maybe I can get both in the shot here. I'll go to the power screen, we'll set it to 2 minutes, and then we'll hit go, and then you should see the soldering iron turn on. And now that it's on, to ensure that it's actually drawing a good amount of current, first let me move that out of the way. I'm going to pull this off. We'll let that hang over here. Set something on there so it doesn't take off. The reason I did that, this soldering iron has a base station that senses when the iron is in it, and then it goes to a lower temperature sleep mode. But when it's not in it, and then it goes up to the actual temperature, which the iron temperature is currently set to 350 Celsius. So the blade, or not the blade, the iron tip is now extremely hot. So this is actually on right now, and I'm just going to touch it. That's the part that you're supposed to connect to a heatsink, but I mean it's ice cold. And to prove that, oh, there's the flash saying that the timer is about to run out. I got this bad boy right here, and see this. The problem is it's the metal's reflective. So, man, this is just not. There we go. Say it's like 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And I can't really measure the metal part because it's just going to reflect and measure the temperature of whatever's back behind it. But as you can see, nothing in this is hot. But if we come over here to the tip of the iron, it is very hot. So, not heating up at all. So, we'll turn that off. Now, to prove that this is actually working, we are down to 5 seconds. So as soon as that runs down, you should see the iron automatically turn off. Boom. That's that. That is how it'll function once this is all done and completed. But this is just a thermal test. That was only 2 minutes, but I mean it's chilly to the touch, and well, hell. Just to show you the sensitivity of my Flir here. We'll turn it on. Okay, so there's the surface of my workbench. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to put my hand on it. And then there you go. Very, very sensitive. And this is the E5 model. It has a higher sensitivity than the E4 and then the one for the iPhone. I think those are 80 by 60 thermal resolution, and this one is like 120 by 80 or something like that, I think. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. I'd have to look it back up, but anyways, where is it? Yeah. Solid state relay, room temperature, and same with the outlet, obviously. So, my rework station does draw more current, not by a whole lot, but it does draw more. And I did test it for 10 full minutes. It lost its, metal feels kind of chilly in a room temperature environment. It lost the chilliness, but got to where it was maybe just barely warm. Not even really warm. It went from cool to just not cool. I don't even want to say lukewarm. It wasn't really warm. This feels kind of chilly to the touch. It stopped feeling chilly, I guess. So, yeah, I should probably put this back before. That's it though. It was just a quick thermal test. I did test it for a good 15 minutes. Didn't even get warm, so I technically probably could get away with not heat sinking this, but I would sleep better at night knowing that I've done this correctly. So I might just go buy a little block of aluminum long enough to cover 2 of those units, and then use Arctic Silver's thermal adhesive, and then just plop them on there. And that way there'll be something. And then maybe in the side of the project box or the junction box, whatever you want to call it, I could drill a little hole and put like a little 40-50 millimeter fan, just to draw air through the box. Don't know if I'm going to do that. I actually don't even know if I'm going to use that box that I bought. I might actually just make one out of wood. I have a bunch of really thin plywood that I can cover it up with once I'm done. It'll leave me with more room, and then it'll be a custom fit. It'll be exactly the size I need, so I might do that instead of using that. I'm not completely sure yet, because if I use that, I'm kind of stuck to its confines, versus if I make my own, I make it to spec. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. But one last time here, I guess I can just show you. Well, I'll power it back on. Yeah, you saw the screen flicker, but it takes a second for it to come on. And then if we go in here, we can turn it right back off. I'll at least let it. No, yeah, it's already booted. Boom. So it works. Hopefully the next video, I think, will be the finished outlet box at least. I don't know if it'll be a video of everything tidied up and mounted to the workbench, but it'll at least be this completed. So hopefully that'll be sometime this week if I have time. If not, it'll be next weekend. But either way, that is it for this quick video. See ya.